Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the Gooners and Gloves Podcast channel. In today's video, it's going to be the 42nd Gooners and Gloves Podcast, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and reactions to Arsenal's game versus Dinamo Zagreb that took place last night in the Champions League. This was a really professional, really comfortable performance. I was really happy with what I saw out there, and I'm just going to kind of go over how the game went, who scored, who assisted, talk about who I think were the 3 stars of the game, like I usually do. I would like to quickly apologise for not managing to get a video out about the Aston Villa game from last week. Obviously, that was a crazy game. We went 2-0 up, and then they managed to equalise to 2-2, and then the goal was our winner was disallowed from Marino. So a crazy game of football. A lot happened. Apologies that I couldn't get a video out for it. I was just really busy and I didn't quite have the time. Obviously, it was a very heartbreaking result, and especially with having scored so late on, but it being disallowed, obviously by such a fractional margin. But this is football. Sometimes you score a winner and it's disallowed. Fractional or not, it was disallowed. That's the decision that was given. So it ended 2-2. Certainly a very heartbreaking result, but a great way to bounce back following that with a great win against Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League. So pretty much let's get straight into it. So we had the dream start. We had the absolute perfect start in this game. Declan Rice absolutely rifles one into the goal. What a finish from Rice. Just completely hits this with some serious venom. Puts an amazing volley in. So it's actually Martinelli that puts a nice ball into the box, and then Kai Havertz lays it off for Declan Rice, and then Declan Rice absolutely smashes in a volley. He hit this thing so hard. The precision, the power, the speed, everything was just brilliant. It's actually Declan Rice's first ever Champions League goal, so obviously it was great to see him score for the first time in the Champions League, and I'm obviously absolutely ecstatic for him. Brilliant finish, really nice, and just what a great start. 2 minutes in, and especially because Dinamo Zagreb, they've just had a new manager, new manager bounce, etc. You're always worried, are their defense actually going to play really well? Are they going to manage to do what Shakhtar Donetsk did, which is actually defend really well and make it tough? So these are the sorts of games that you always want an early goal in, just to kind of kill off that possibility, and that's exactly what we managed to do. Declan Rice, great finish, great goal, and it was the perfect start. Really nice start. This was then followed up later on in the game by a Kai Havertz goal. So Martinelli puts in an absolute peach of a ball. Seriously, this was absolutely first class. What a ball from Gabriel Martinelli. Genuinely one of the best assists that I've seen in a very long time from an Arsenal player. Just seriously pings this ball perfectly into the box, and then Kai Havertz heads it in. Obviously great to see Havertz get a goal, so it's a goal and an assist for Havertz, hence why I did put him at the top of my stars list, but we will get into that shortly. But seriously, what a ball that was from Gabriel Martinelli. Crosses it in absolutely perfectly from range, and then Kai Havertz gets the header on it, finishes it off to make it 2-0. Martinelli I also thought was really good in this game, and I think Martinelli's definitely been improving recently, and in this game I thought he looked really good. A great assist from Martinelli, seriously a first class assist, and for that reason he's definitely on the stars list as well. So that was the second goal. Obviously a very simple finish for Havertz, a header, but it's nice to see Kai Havertz banish his heading demons, as obviously the last few times he'd attempted headers were not very good. Obviously against Newcastle, against Manchester United, he ended up hitting them with his shoulder, so it was nice to see him leap for the header, get it perfectly, and get it into the back of the net. Great finish. And then the third goal was Martin Odegaard, and speaking of which, buzzing to see Martin Odegaard score. Although an absolutely insane statistic is that this was actually the first open play goal that Martin Odegaard has scored since last year April, which is insane. That's absolutely mad. Since last April, that's the last time that he scored an open play goal, April 2024, and we're now nearly into February 2025, so a crazy statistic. All of his goals from there had either come from set pieces or penalties, so happy to see him finally score from open play, and hopefully that will do Martin Odegaard the world of good. You saw how happy he got. He celebrated immediately, put out a little heart, kicked the ball back into the net again. He seemed really happy with it, and it's great to see, and I'm really hoping that this helps him out and kind of improves his prospects. But seriously, it's just I couldn't believe that statistic when I heard of it, that the last time Odegaard had actually scored from open play was last year April 2024. But good to see him score from open play. A nice ball put in. I think it was Trossard or someone like that. There was never actually an official assist given, because I think it took a deflection off one of the Zagreb players, but Trossard's the one who initiated the ball, and then Martin Odegaard, obviously a very simple finish, a tap in, but great to score nonetheless. So that sealed what was a very comfortable, very good performance. So just going to quickly pull up the Champions League table real quick. So we're currently third, and that result kept us in third place. So just pulling up the Champions League table. So just looking at it now, and as you can see, Arsenal, third place, 16 points, really good. Another crazy statistic, by the way, that was mind-blowing is that we still haven't actually conceded a goal from open play in the Champions League, which is crazy. I mean, what a statistic that is. So all in all, we've only actually conceded 2 goals in the entire campaign, and one of them was a penalty, and the other one was a corner. So we've actually still not conceded in 7 games from open play. I think that's incredibly impressive. We've been doing really well. 14 goals for, 2 goals against, 12 goal difference, 16 points on the table. So we're not fully confirmed into the round of 16 yet, but we're definitely almost there. I'm pretty sure even a point against Girona would still put us through automatically. Obviously, though, take nothing away from Girona. They're a brilliant team. This will not be easy by any stretch of the imagination. They're a tough team. Not only that, but actually, yeah. Well, to be fair, they don't actually have a lot to play for because they do have 3 points. Okay, in fairness, it's not an easy game, but also I'm thinking they don't actually have anything to play for because they're already eliminated. Like, looking at the table here, they're already out of the competition. But alas, Girona are still a great team, and it's still a tough away place to go, so I take nothing away from them. Will be a difficult game, but hopefully we can go through via the automatic playoffs. But yeah, via the automatic places. Do not want to be playing an extra 2 games, but there we go. So right now we're sitting at 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 14 goals for, 2 against, 12 goal difference and 16 points, and once again no open play goals conceded. So third place, if we win against Girona, we finish third because of goal difference. If we get a point, then we could still go through depending on how other results go. However, as I said, we want to just get the job done. We want to get the victory and absolutely secure it. So hopefully we can. Girona away, not an easy game, but hopefully one that we can get the job done in. Now talking about the stars of the game. So firstly, as mentioned, we've got Kai Havertz. Obviously a really nice ball to Declan Rice for the first goal, and then a great headed finish for the second. In general, just looked lively, looked attacking, looked good last night, and you know, he definitely still has improvements to make, but I thought he looked pretty good. He was solid, and it's just good to see Kai Havertz picking up a bit of form. You know, obviously it's been a bit of a rough time for him recently. He obviously missed really good chances against Newcastle. He missed really good chances against Manchester United in the FA Cup. So it's nice to see him get some goals. He's in a pretty good run of form right now, and hopefully that will continue against Wolverhampton Wanderers on the weekend. And speaking of Wolverhampton Wanderers, I'm going to address the whole Matheus Cunha thing as well, because it's sounding like we're pursuing him. So I'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, so Kai Havertz, pretty self-explanatory, goal and an assist, looked really threatening, looked really good, and is definitely starting to pick up some form. Then we've got Gabriel Martinelli, as mentioned before, excellent performance, created so many big chances. There was actually another really huge chance that he created for Declan Rice, which Rice really should have scored. So it was another absolute peach of a ball from Martinelli. I think Martinelli's crossing has come on leaps and bounds, but it was another really good ball into the box, and Declan Rice somehow manages to head it in the opposite direction. I don't know how he didn't head that on target. He somehow headed it in the opposite direction, and Declan Rice was fuming with himself, and he even addressed it in the post-match interview. I do think Declan Rice has been pretty good as that number 8 recently. That's where he's been deployed, and I think he's actually been pretty good, but he mentioned it himself. He is good. He is getting into good positions, but he does need to finish more, so it's good to see that he's self-aware of it. And as you can see, I've still put him on the stars list because I still thought he played really well. But Gabriel Martinelli, great assist, really good chances created, good runs, crossing, etc., and just looked really good last night. And finally, we've got Declan Rice, obviously an excellent finish for the first goal, and several other key opportunities, which yes, he did miss, but at the same time it shows that, you know, he's capable of getting in the proper positions. He's capable of doing what a number 8 is supposed to do, especially because number 8 isn't even his normal position. So yeah, pretty solid performance from Declan Rice, and hopefully he can keep up these sorts of performances. But that wraps up the actual match analysis. Just a really comfortable, really professional sort of performance. Puts us one step closer to qualifying for the round of 16. So Girona away will be the final game, and it's actually going to be crazy next Wednesday, because next Wednesday I think there's like 18 games that are all on at the same time. This is the crazy thing. Every single game is kicking off at the exact same time, which is insane. So there's literally going to be just 16 different games on at the same time, which is 18, which is just insane. But there you go. So yeah, that does it for the match reaction. Looking forward now to the Premier League. We've got Wolverhampton Wanderers away. Saturday kickoff at 3, I think it is. Just going to check that. Pull up the Premier League fixtures. Yep, Saturday, 3 p.m. against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And speaking of Wolverhampton Wanderers, Matheus Cunha, I felt that that's worth addressing. So Cunha is very much a target for Arsenal. It's looking increasingly likely that he'll probably leave Wolverhampton in January. We know that he's had a bit of a falling out with the coach, Vitor Pereira, is it? Sorry, I just need to fact check this stuff. yeah, Vitor Pereira is the Wolves coach, so he seems to have had a bit of a falling out with Vitor Pereira. On top of that, Cunha himself has expressed displeasure with being at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and yeah, in terms of the two clubs that are vying for a signature, obviously there's Arsenal and then there's also Nottingham Forest. Me personally, I'd absolutely love Matheus Cunha to join Arsenal. I think he's excellent. I think he's an absolute baller. Genuinely, I think Cunha's so good. He's an absolute baller. So if we can have him, I'd more than happily take him. But just thought I'd address that, and I'm also addressing it because we're actually facing Wolverhampton Wanderers this week, and it's looking like Matheus Cunha probably won't even play the game. Like, he probably won't even be on the bench, because normally that's what tends to happen when a player is like heavily speculated to leave. They tend to just not even play at all. And in fact, that actually happened with Ivan Toney when he left Brentford. For the final few games, he wasn't even in the squad at all, and that's looking like it could be the case for Wolverhampton Wanderers this week, which is definitely great news because Matheus Cunha is so essential to Wolverhampton Wanderers' attack. So if we can face a Matheus Cunha-less Wolves, then I'm certainly very happy about it. But yeah, just thought it'd be worth mentioning Cunha. If we buy him, I'd be absolutely delighted. I think he's excellent. I think he's a quality player. He's an absolute baller, and I think he'd do really well. And speaking of which, I think I probably will make like a podcast just kind of going over some of the transfer targets that we've got and kind of my thoughts on them. So I know that there's Benjamin Šeško, I know that there's Matheus Cunha, etc. But first, I just want to wait for the moves to get finalized, get done, and then I can make a podcast just kind of giving my thoughts on some of the transfers that we've made. But there you go. So a great performance, a solid performance. On to the next. We've got Wolverhampton Wanderers away in the Premier League. We have to bounce back after such a heartbreaking result against Aston Villa, being 2-0 up and then them fighting to 2-2 and then us scoring a late winner that was disallowed. It was just heartbreak, and we need to bounce back from that result, and hopefully we can do exactly that. I'm very much hopeful that we can do that, so fingers crossed. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, apologies I couldn't get an Aston Villa video out in time. But here we are now with the Zagreb video. Also, in terms of the boxing, that's going to really start picking up from next week, because from next week onwards, there's some really exciting fights coming up. So I'm looking forward to making videos about all of those. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. And yeah, I'll see you guys with another video soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on all notifications for more podcasts regularly. And I'll catch you guys in another video soon. Bye-bye.